Folks, I want to hear to help us break down the political ramifications of these protests, particularly for our country. I want to bring in former National Security Council Chief of Staff Fred Fleitz. Fred, everyone's saying, hey, the world's watching. We're in the midst of a trade war with China. Also, China is in the midst of trying to spread its own form of diplomacy, if you will, around the world through debt financing and other things. Where does this put us? The world stage is on edge, but how much?
Well, Charles, good to be here. What we're seeing in Hong Kong, it's inspiring, but it's very ominous. We see people risking their lives for freedom, but it's also a categorical rejection of the communist system and basically another confirmation that communism only exists in China because it has been forced on the people, that they would get rid of it if they had the right to do so. And I'm very worried about what's going to happen. What I would recommend is that the Trump administration has to find a way to get both sides to stand down and honor the 1997 agreement that says one nation, two systems in Hong Kong.
Yeah, but on that note, when China's, when Hong Kong and Carrie Lam, the woman in charge of Hong Kong, not elected by the people, of course, decided, yeah, we're going to accept this sort of extradition treaty and allow China to cherry pick Hong Kong citizens at their whim and bring them to Hong Kong, or China rather, for justice. That was certainly a breach of the agreement, and certainly, there's sort of a shot heard around the world and hurting Hong Kong as well.
There's been many breaches of the agreement, and it's been getting worse and worse. We have to make it clear to the government of Beijing that if they crack down in Hong Kong, the consequences will be grave, both for trade with the United States, for its relationship around the world, for China's ability to do anything. And it's going to devastate the Chinese economy if this happens. I hope behind the scenes we're making that case to Chinese officials.
What about in front of the scenes? Because the Trump administration is getting some criticism. And listen, everyone admits it's a fine line. If we had some issues in this country, we wouldn't want Chinese ships to come off our coast, and we would, probably not want them to interfere very much. But we are the beacon of hope around the world, and many are saying that the administration hasn't done enough to convey that to the people of Hong Kong and the citizens of a free world.
It's easy for people who don't sit in the Oval Office to criticize how the president handles situations like this. What President Trump has to do is to stand with the protesters without appearing that the United States is egging them on.
Then is that really standing with them, Fred? How do you do that? How do you pull that one off? We see folks in the streets of Hong Kong with the American flag. We've inspired them to a degree. So how do we stand with them without tipping that delicate balance?
It's hard. It's hard. We can't lay down ultimatums we're not going to keep. We know the Obama administration did that over and over again. And we know that the Chinese government gets too aggravated by what's going on, there's going to be a catastrophe. So we have to walk a fine line to express our support for the protesters and urge both sides to back down. I mean, since we're not going to send troops in to stop this, our ability to influence the situation is limited. Right. We have to press the Chinese government to back down.
Well, China needs to know the world is watching and judging them, and is judging them harshly. Fred, thank you very much.
Good.